shorter one. We have something pretty fun planned. Do you need me to turn off the lights? Okay, so welcome again to LDTC. We're happy to see you all back. I hope everybody's doing really well. I guess before we get started, are there any questions left over from last week at all from anybody about what we talked about? No? Good. Excellent. Okay, so this week and next week we're going to be working on web design skills. And I'm sure you guys know a lot more about this than I do, but we're just going to talk a little bit about basic web design skills, basic techniques, and talk about some of the programs we're going to be using throughout this workshop. And the reason we're doing this is just to make sure everybody has a knowledge of what we're going to be doing. We're all coming from the same place. And that you guys understand why we use some of the programs we do, linguistic programs, why they're important, what we do with them. That way you're familiar. So today we will just be talking about web design basics. It should go pretty quickly. You're going to be downloading some materials. We're going to be downloading software, a couple different kinds. We're going to be downloading a web editing software called KompoZer, because you guys are going to be creating your own websites starting maybe a little bit this week, and then next week you're going to do a lot of web design creation. We're going to be collecting all of the templates that we use for your website. So I'll be coming around and giving each of you on your computer all the templates that we have so you can kind of browse through and see what your web page is going to look like. We're going to be talking about the software we use. So not only do we download a software which helps us edit the web, but we're also going to download a software for making your own dictionary. It's pretty cool. We're excited to use it this year. This is the first time we've ever used this software. So there might be some hiccups, but we're going to work through it. And we're going to talk about good website design really briefly. And then we have an activity I planned, kind of a scavenger hunt through the LDTC website, just so you're really familiar with what LDTC is, what past projects have looked like, and what yours will ultimately look like in the end. Okay? So let's talk about the software again. KompoZer is the name of the software we use to edit web pages. Have any of you guys ever used KompoZer? No? Have any of you guys ever created your own web page? Ever? You have? Excellent. Excellent. I had never before this. So, okay, so we've got one, but that's no problem. We're all going to learn together. So we use this program called KompoZer. And what KompoZer helps us to do is edit our web page and make it look exactly how we want it to look before we put it on the web. And it's called a, how is this pronounced? A WYSIWYG? I've never heard this before. A WYSIWYG. And what that means is that you're going to find that this software is really easy to navigate. It looks just like when you open up Microsoft Word. You're going to be able to edit your text. You're going to be able to copy and paste things. You're going to be able to include photos of yourself and your community, which we really encourage. You'll be able to create links that open up into other web pages. It's really easy to use, and you're going to be using it with your mentor today and next week. So what you do is you simply type in what you want, kind of like a Word program. So we're going to talk about web design a little bit later. And the other software that we're going to use that you're going to be downloading in just a minute is called WeSay. And this is the dictionary software. This software is really cool because it was developed specifically for non-linguists, for community members who want to help document their own language. So this is the perfect software for us to be using. It's fairly new though, so we're going to be like the test drivers. So I'll be really anxious to hear what you guys think about it and if you like it or not. Unfortunately, it only runs on a PC, on a Windows-based program. It's not going to run on a Mac, which is a problem with a lot of these dictionary making softwares. The linguists and the programmers who develop them only make them for Windows. So we'll try to work around that. So So with the Mac, you won't be downloading that software today, but we'll have you use one of the LDTC computers later, or maybe your mentor will download it for you. So you're just going to be downloading it, opening it, make sure it looks good and it runs normally, but we won't worry too much about using WeSay until the 7th workshop, the 7th workshop, when we do dictionary building. So, oh, and then one other program I'm going to ask you guys to download. It's free. It's called Audacity. Some people already have Audacity. You can use it to edit sound files. And so that's something important for us to use, because later on you're going to be making recordings. If you choose to make an audio recording, you would want to use Audacity to help edit your audio, make it the best possible quality, and then export it as a web-friendly MP3 file. We'll talk about that later. But so you want to also download Audacity. So those are the 3 things we're going to get started on right now. I'm going to walk us through it really quickly, but then I have handouts that I'm going to give to all of you, and with your mentor, you're going to go through the steps of downloading all these programs. So, you download both of these programs. They're completely free by going to the websites. So when we go to KompoZer.net, where's my little, well, it's not going to do it, but when you go to KompoZer, you're going to come up to this page, and you're going to click on the downloads up at the top. Downloads link, it'll bring you to this page. You click download. This is for Mac. It kind of estimates what computer you're working on, and so you'll see the one that's right for you to download. You'll click on that. It'll pop up with all these fun things. It'll say what do you want to do with this file. You'll save it. It'll start downloading, and then you'll have this image, and that's where you'll be working from. You can drag that to your desktop, and then always use that to get in and out of KompoZer. Once you open up KompoZer, it's going to look like this. So it looks a lot like Microsoft Word, right? You can see the buttons. You can open a file with that in the red circle. That's how you would open up your templates to start editing. You can change your text, and pretty user-friendly. When you download WeSay, those of you with Windows, you go to wesay.paliso.org. And you're going to go again to their downloads link at the top, and you're going to want to download the latest stable release. Oops, let's go back. Again, it'll ask you what you want to do. You want to save the file. It'll start to download for you. Then you want to run it. You'll hit run the program, and it'll start the installation process. And while that's happening, this screen will also pop up in your web browser. You can just exit out of that. We'll talk more about what WeSay does later. So, when everything's downloaded, you click to open it and you'll get this screen. Just make sure you find the screen and it opens and everything looks normal, but don't worry about it yet. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I just gave you a really fast run through, but I'm going to give you your handouts so mentors and participants can start pairing up now and working on downloading all these softwares, okay? There you go. And if you come into any problems, let me know. He is right now. Which do you like?
Oh, yeah, I just work on those. I just got the non-stable version, so that one is actually just installed. None of ours have that feel. You might want to just do the fade and maybe it's .NET or something. I haven't installed it in the first place. I think that's one on there. I want to just try the fade up. It works. It installs.
No, I haven't started on around.
Did you guys do
It's like secret code.
I believe Stephanie has the
Examples of other web pages. Yeah.
What's the next step?
After you download everything,
I'm on missing
Yeah.
the.
yeah.
was it supposed to be?
Hawaii. LDTC.
Oh, good.
LDTC, it'll say new.
Feel free to have a language page.
Okay, here, I didn't do this.
Okay. So, yeah, well, you should definitely look at our templates and have them.
Okay.
So if you know, so you just
Very
take
good.
the
Let's go.
older language
Great.
and then you can open them all up really easily.
No, oh, no, I'm.
Ray, they say Ray, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That is the thumb drive, like one.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. If you really gotta be excited for it.
Okay, okay. Come on.
That. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
No.